Hi guys, it's Zaylee Chris, and I am here to answer a couple of questions regarding my new single. That is, hi. First one, you took a step back from music for a while. What made you pause? Finances. Music is a lot of money. I know people who are not into it, they don't realize how expensive it is. It's a whole lot of money. And I'm not even talking the promotions part because I've never actually done any active promotion. I'm talking like the making of the music itself. It's shit ton of money. And combine that with adulthood, trying to survive, day-to-day living. My account was bleeding. I had to let that sit for a while and focus on some things. So finances, yeah, that was basically what made me pause. During your hiatus, what changed the most, your life or you? I would say both. My life changed, I changed. Because obviously, like, I'm at a point in my life where there are things that mattered before that don't matter now. And I, as a person, there are certain values that I upheld before at 21, 22 that I don't uphold anymore, that I don't agree with anymore. I'm constantly growing, I'm constantly evolving. So I would say both me and my life changed. Was there ever a moment where you thought you might not come back? Oh, definitely. So many times I thought I wouldn't come back. Over the last couple of years, I got requests for collaborations, I got beats sent to me, but I don't know, like nothing actually, like I never actually got an instrumental that moved me enough to want to come back until I heard this particular one. So yeah, shout out to Don Zizi for that. And the next one says, what does returning to music mean to you now versus when you first started? Mm, when I first started, I guess there was a bit of naivety around it, but now like there's a bit of like maturity, so to speak. So music will always be something I love, but I would say as of then it was more like if I don't do this, but now it's more like I'm doing it to enjoy it, not necessarily like regardless of what the outcome is, like it doesn't really matter. What's something about nobody knows that people might not realize on the first listen? Okay, something about it that people won't realize on the first listen. This was the first track where I had to do a partnership in writing. Usually I write all my songs alone, so But for this particular track, like I had to do it had to be written together, so to speak. So for the first time I was writing with someone else on a song. So I think yeah, people might not know that because obviously like I'm used to writing up my songs, so they might not actually know that this was written. Basically, I had the first lyrics penned down, and then there had to be some kind of like tuning it and editing to make it match the whole vibe and frequency of the music. What's your favorite line on Nobody Knows? My favorite line on Nobody Knows is the part of the song where it says, give you my body, you touching for free. We fought about that line in the studio because that wasn't what I wrote, and then they changed it, and I was like, I'm not comfortable saying that. I don't like it. Give you my body, you touching for free sounds transactional. Like I'm used to maybe giving out my body for money or something. And then Donzi said that line was intentional because of the way, I mean, in Nigeria, we all know how it is kind of made to look like women sort of like want to be with men for money. I don't know. So like he was like it was intentional that it's supposed to spark controversy. But the whole point is when people listen to it and then that sort of thing. Like it was just supposed to be a controversial line in the song. So I opted to remove it out. I actually wrote it out. They wrote it back in. At the end of the day, I ended up singing it. So I mean, I it's not an idea I buy into, and I told them that, but they were like, forget about what you buy into. It's commercial music, so whatsoever works. So I guess that's my favorite line because it was very controversial. What is a weird food combo you can't live without? That would be cooked corn and wine. I know it's not, I don't know if that is something people do, but I like to have cooked corn with wine. I like to have wine normally, but cooked corn and wine, that's the combo that you can never go wrong go wrong on. I think the other day I was telling someone that if I could only have if you yeah like you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, I think I can have cooked corn and be very very okay and I'm good. And then the second one is okpa. I know so many people might know, but Please, I beg, just leave my alone. You had two iconic looks in the video. Which was your favorite? I would say my favorite was the red dress, because first of all it's red and I always look good in red, and then it was a show, so obviously anything to promote the brand. So yeah, that was my favorite there. Although I liked the ginger hair on the other outfit. The ginger hair was very giving. Thank you. An irrational fear you have. Okay, this is going to sound very weird, and I've never admitted this publicly, but I'm scared of my ceiling, my walls, and my floors disappearing. Some people say it's okay. I know a therapist once told me it was a mild OCD, because I would from time to time look around to make sure my ceilings and my walls and my floors are still there. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's a thing for me. I'm scared of them disappearing. The floor, the walls, the ceilings. I'm just scared that they could just go poof. So I know ChatGPT once said it's because I like stability, I crave stability, so those things represent stability for me. So that's why I'm always scared of losing them. I don't know, it could be wrong, it could be right, I don't care. But then now, I don't want my floors, my walls, and my ceilings to disappear. And then the next question says, how did this track challenge you differently as an artist? Oh, so ordinarily I'm used to singing high pitched tones. I just like to just go like sing la 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 la, whatever, stuff like that. But for this track, it had to be more like stuff. So I don't know. I'm not used to singing in a low pitch or something. So it was a challenge. We had to do a lot of takes for me to get it right. Sometimes I sounded very off key in the studio. Sometimes I wouldn't even get the notes right. But we were able to get it done. So it did challenge me because I'm used to just going high, but then I had to just sing with a normal voice, and it wasn't something I'm used to, so that's how it challenged me. So yes, I've answered your questions today. Go stream, listen, download, watch. Nobody knows. Bye guys.